Hi, hi. Yeah, it is loading. Wait. I started the stream.
There will be some delay from.
Yeah, okay. My audio is okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, go ahead and talk. Matad.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
And Abhimanyu, could you speak some words? Just to
Hi.
test.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yang वापस shit. Okay now. Okay. Yeah, hi, hello, hi
Hi.
everyone. We are live on
Hello.
YouTube, and we are in the finale of the chess tournament, which was organized by Poland Kannadigaru on behalf of Kannada Rajyotsava. And now we have our finalist on screen. We have Abhimanyu Singh, we have Yogesh. They have played the league stages and entered the finals. And there will be a finals of 3 rounds. So first, I will be asking a few questions to Abhimanyu, and let's see his background in the chess. And similarly, after Abhimanyu, we will go to our finalist Yogesh, and we can also check his background, his preparation for the finals. And then the match will start, and it will, believe me, viewers, it will be a intense match, a very intense match. So yeah, keep supporting our finalist, and yeah, let's go to Abhimanyu. Hi, Abhimanyu, how are you?
Hi. Hi. I'm fine. How are you?
How are you feeling? You have entered the
Yeah.
finals, one of the toughest, competition in the world right now. The tournament we
Yeah.
organized, I know Magnus Carlsen was did not enter the tournament, but still, I believe you had the toughest challenge, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the finals. So everyone knows the feeling of the finals.
Uh-huh. So, like, could you give us a bit background about chess? Like, who introduced chess to you, or how you got introduced to the chess world?
So I think in my childhood, past 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I started playing chess. I started to know the basics of chess from my parents. And then it was my first school tournament where like I lost all the tournament games. Yeah. And then I started getting the motivation, and then I started to learn and grow up easily. So yeah, right
Wow.
now I'm in Poland and I'm actively playing. So I'm enjoying it very much.
Oh, that's really good to hear. If I can ask, like, which is your favorite color in chess? It's white or black?
Personally, I will say my win rate is higher in black.
Higher in black. Okay, so viewers, watch out because Abhimanyu is playing his first match with black, and he's already with the great confidence that his winning rate is very much high in black. So yeah, something to look out for. And Gahan, do you have any questions for Abhimanyu? You are on mute, Gahan.
Yeah, looking at the league games, it was really very closely fought. So I'm really looking forward. Am I still on mute?
No, our viewers
Okay.
can hear you. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, looking at the league games, it was really very interesting games at that time. So I'm really looking forward for the finals, and I'm sure that is going to be a very interesting match. So all the best for Yogesh and Abhimanyu.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So to end with, let me ask a tricky question to Abhimanyu. Like, do you know why Bishop was arrested in the bar?
You mean arrested in the bar?
Yeah, a bit tricky question. Our viewers can also help the answer to help Abhimanyu.
I cannot even imagine
Yeah, no,
Bishop
no
getting.
worries. I will not eat your head because I know you are preparing for tournament and you have entered the finals. So let me help you with the answer.
Mhm.
The bishop was arrested in the bar because it was diagonally entering everyone's business, which was not at all necessary. So yeah, this is the answer. And yeah, thank you Abhimanyu for your quick short introduction. Let's stay in touch and all the
Thank
very
you.
best for the tournament. Like, do you have
Thank
any
you.
words for your opponent?
Nothing. Like it's just the game, and I will just say good luck to my opponent.
Okay, thank you Abhimanyu. Okay, let's move on to Yogesh. I'm very happy to share both the finalists are from Poland, and we have Yogesh in, on screen. Yes, Yogesh, hi. How is your feeling?
Hi, Srinivas. So I'm quite excited to begin with. And yeah, it was a tough tournament. But now, whoever wins the finals, no hard feelings. And whoever loses, same.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Like when you heard about the tournament, about this EU level tournament organized by Poland Kannadigaru, what was your first feeling? Like what was your expectation and how you imagined the tournament to be?
So the thing is, I have not played much tournaments. So when I got the information that the chess tournament is being organized, so immediately I was like, I'll register, and I was hoping that it will be really good. But at the end, yes, it was really good, and everything was organized perfectly. So thanks to you and Gahan for that.
Like how you came across this information? Like did you find it in Facebook or some friend recommended you? How was it?
So it was one of the group in which is like based on Warsaw
Okay.
group. So yeah, I found the link from there.
And did you expect Gukesh to participate in the tournament?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah, Gahan had a talk with Gukesh, and then Gukesh was very busy preparing for the World Cup, so yeah, he couldn't join the tournament. But yeah, we will try our best to invite him in our next tournament. Yeah.
It would be great.
Okay. Yeah, I will not take much of your time. I know you are really not nervous, but at the same time, you look confident enough to beat your opponent. Let me also ask you a tricky question. Do you know why Rook applied for the license, driving license? So for our viewers, Rook is a piece in the chessboard, which like it takes a straight path. And here I'm giving a small clue to our finalist Yogesh. So why Rook took applied for the driving license?
Because it wanted to go straight.
Almost right, because people asked Rook cannot drive in the corners, so yeah, it applied for the driving license. Okay. So here was a quick introduction with our finalist. Let's not bother them with more questions, but definitely we will have fun with the commentary and with their intense chess games. So here to give a quick format for our viewers. So there will be a best of three. There will be a best of three setup, and Yogesh will be playing white, and Abhimanyu will be playing black in the first match, and followingly the color will change in the second match, and whoever wins, like if there is a best of three, whoever wins two, they will be declared the winner. But the catch here is, if there is a tie, if meaning if both the players got 1.5 each, then whoever was the topper in the league stage, they will be awarded or declared as a winner. And in our league, Abhimanyu have topped the table. So in case if there is a tie, Abhimanyu will be declared as the winner. So the catch here is Abhimanyu may like try to have draw in the games, but Yogesh is not an easy beast. He will be trying to win two games. So yeah, let's look forward. And yeah, in a second we will start the match. Okay, so the finals has been begun. I see the live chat is not enabled, but we will definitely, take this technical glitch and I'm not on mute. Okay, that's good. So let's see the opening. Gahan, could you please share your insight on the openings?
Yeah, I need to open the game as well. I was just seeing on the screen. Give me a second. But so far looks good, almost equal. I feel black is already slightly better out of the opening, but nothing more than that. Just give me a second. I'm opening up the game. Are you also opening up the game on YouTube?
Yeah, viewers are seeing the current game, and I see already the players have reached the middle game. And I see the black has done the castling, and the black rook is diagonally, seeing the king.
Yeah, it started as a Benoni opening, d4, nf6, c4, c5. b5, it's a very popular opening. It's actually an opening where black sacrifices a pawn for an active play and he gets good compensation, right? And I see white rejected that pawn sacrifice. He did not take the pawn on b5 on move 4.
Oh my lord. I did not turn on the analysis, so let me try to turn on the analysis. Is it possible?
Yeah, just take a move back, right? Yeah, you can keep moving the moves. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, as I was saying, right, e3, b5. Wait, and let me put it on the other screen so that I know what you're showing on YouTube. Yeah, so c4, c5, d5, b5. So as I was saying, this is the Benko gambit, b5. And this is usually an opening, which gives counterplay for black, where black sacrifices a pawn, you take c takes b5, and then you play a6, right? So black gets the open file on the b file and a file for the extra pawn that he has lost. However, in this game, Yogesh did not want to take chance. He plays e3, he plays e3, right? He doesn't take the pawn on b5. Instead, he plays e3. I think that is why black has already got out of the opening in a comfortable position, because he has not lost any pawn, but plus he has a good position. Okay, but the game is still far from over. It's just that we can say black has a slightly better position out of the opening.
YouTube गली एक
इत्याक
मिनट this because of this thing made for kids
Srini, I think you're on mute in case you're speaking.
Yeah, we are trying to solve the technical glitch. It seems the YouTube, like our channel is currently made for, like, it is restricted. So we need to make a setup so it is live for chat. But yeah, in the second game, we can look into that. Okay. So Gahan, what do you think? Who will be winning the game right now? Who is looking strong? Either it's white or black. Black is playing by
kind of
Abhimanyu.
like black's version slightly more than white's, because I think black has more space. The bishop on g7 is looking very dangerous. And now black will also have two bishops advantage, right? So white has just given up his bishop for the knight. So I think black should have a slight advantage, but yeah, not by a lot, right? So definitely both have good chance here to win or to draw this. So still far from over, or far from saying that black or white is a favorite to win here. But if I had to choose someone, I think it is black.
Yeah, just to
Although,
sorry, Gahan.
yeah.
Yeah, just to give an idea to viewers, the bishop is nothing but this piece, right, which I'm showing in the board. So in the chess we have two bishops. One bishop is called black bishop and the other bishop is called white bishop, because white bishop always moves in the white squares diagonally and black bishop will always move in the black squares diagonally. And saying that, Gahan told like black has double pair, like pair bishop advantage, meaning currently black has two bishops while white has one bishop and one knight. So currently black has the bishop pair advantage. So yeah, I think black is looking quite dangerous, and all of you remember, right, Abhimanyu told he is very good with black. So yeah.
Although what's interesting now is the pawn on e4 is quite weak. So black has to find a creative solution now to defend the pawn, right? Okay, and he plays bishop f5, which is not bad, but white can play g4. It's getting really heated because g4, the bishop is attacked, and then black can play e3, counter-attacking the white's bishop and the queen. And I'm really not sure how the position looks, but I think black should be better there. So I like the move bishop f5. Maybe you can make the move if you're showing on screen.
Yeah,
I think you have to go to analysis mode.
I'm quite interested in the pattern. So if you see, black has formed a fortress, right? Like here you can see a fortress with white diagonal, and here we can see a fortress of black pawns. But this knight looks quite dangerous. It's so near to the king. Is black king in danger, Gahan?
No, I don't think so, because white pieces are not really attacking. Yes, the knight is there, but the bishops are doing good job in controlling the key squares. For example, if you see e6, knight e6 is controlled by the c8 bishop. The g7 bishop is also controlling good amount of squares, and yeah, except the knight, it's no other pieces are there, right? But yeah, obviously, if the queen comes, for example, queen into e4, queen h4, the rook comes to e1, rook e7, so things like that, then it's dangerous. But at this moment, I think black is doing okay.
Wow. I was thinking the white has sacrificed its knight, but if bishop takes knight, then there is queen supporting the knight. Okay. But did black lose a pawn in between?
No, because black can always win back the b2 pawn. So if bishop takes knight, queen takes bishop, and then you have bishop takes pawn. But I like the move queen h4 more, what Abhimanyu played, because yeah, you have the two bishops. The pawn on b2 is yours, I think, in the long run. So let's see what Abhimanyu can get with the pin, right? Because the knight cannot move now. The queen is attacked. And now white plays f3. I'm not very sure about this move.
What we mean by the pin. So this bishop is actually pinning the knight, meaning in case if Yogesh moves this knight, like if he moves the knight, then he will lose the queen. So this is called a pin. That is quite dangerous, Gahan.
Yeah, now if you see the move f3 by Yogesh, it seems good move because the pawn defends the knight, right? So that's good. But what is not good is the king is becoming weak now, right? So now that's why you see the power of two bishops. Bishop d4 check. I think that is also played on the board. And now the king is looking really dangerous because you see two bishops plus a queen attacking a king. Now, as a sample, white played king h2, which is a good move. But if white had played king h1, then white is already losing because of bishop takes pawn.
Wow. Nammuralli Khatri, like we call this as a Caesar attack. If you see, the queen and bishop is looking so dangerous. But white's rook is sleeping in the corner.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like the move f3. I would have played rook e1 instead. But okay, white can still play rook e1. Black has to be careful here because he has to not forget that he's one pawn down, right? Yes, he has good attack, he has good compensation, but one mistake, then white could also be winning. Right? So it's an interesting position. I think a position made for finals. Anyone could win in this junction.
Oh, there is one more check to the white king, and currently we are in 24th move. And if we see the time of the players, white has 5 minutes and black has 3 minutes. So currently there is no time scramble. Both of the players look decent in time.
There's some interesting tactics here.
Oh, bishop has taken the knight right now.
Oh, that's surprising. I don't like that move. I think what black is trying to do is play queen c3 and try to make use of that diagonal, which is not bad. But I'm not sure if that works because
Oh,
white has
there's a
f4.
blunder on board. Gahan, there's a blunder on board.
Oh, bishop d4, yeah?
Queen is in danger. White queen is in danger. There is an excellent move for the viewers to guess.
Yeah, bishop d4. I think white should have played rook takes e4, not queen takes e4.
Now, unfortunately, Yogesh has lost his queen. Is there an escape? I don't think so.
No,
So this was.
I'm afraid this is close to over for Yogesh. Because for someone like Abhimanyu's strength, getting an extra queen should be very strong and should be enough to win the game.
And viewers, if you see Yogesh, he's really tensed. The sweat is coming down, and see, even his facial expression, he's quite nervous because he lost his queen. He's going to lose his queen.
The only thing I think Abhimanyu has less time, so maybe Yogesh can try to do something on the time. But yeah, as I said, queen is a very strong piece for players, for those who are federated players or those of above 2000 on chess.com. Usually, queen up is more than sufficient to win the game.
So Yogesh is taking his time to think. Even there is a 1% of possibility to save his queen. But
no, there's no chance. But what he can do, I think he has to play a bit fast so that he can try to put pressure on Abhimanyu's clock. That's his only chance.
Okay.
But it's not looking great. Oh, bishop h6 is an interesting move.
Is there a checkmate on board? No.
Almost. Yeah, it's a checkmate in 2-3 moves, maybe. Oh, no checkmate. Okay. White is surviving. Is just surviving. Although black has to be careful, black's own king has to be kept a close eye because bishop is on h6. If white rook can come to f8, it's a checkmate. But yeah, it's still few moves away. It's not easy for white. But I see that Yogesh is really fighting hard, which is really good to see. I think that's what we expect from the finalists. And Abhimanyu is coming down on time. So I think this is going to be an interesting game. It's not going to be easy. He's now down to 2 minutes.
Now the white rook will be entering the king's, black's belly, underbelly, how you call it in the chess. If rook comes to the last line, is it a checkmate?
Yeah, if rook comes to f8, it's a checkmate. But if rook e8, then black king can escape with king f7.
There is only escape. There's only move, king f7. If not, it was.
Yeah, but
if here there was a pawn, then it was a checkmate. This would be a dream position for white. But unfortunately, there is no pawn on f7.
But I don't really like rook e8 because now the black's king is getting safer. Maybe he should have played rook e7, blocking the king from going front. I still count on Abhimanyu to win this. But if anything, it's the time that will stop him from winning.
Okay, let me refresh my screen. Oh, it flipped. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have chat on, so I'm not able to talk with our viewers. Let me try to fix it in the second game. Viewers, please be patient. In the next game, we will try to fix the chat because our own viewer is so disappointed. So don't be disappointed. We still have two more matches to go on. So let's stay in touch.
Actually, will we have two more matches? Because if Abhimanyu is going to win the next match, then yeah, we will not have the third match, right? Or in fact, even if Abhimanyu draws the next match, I think it's all over. Because remember, it's best of three, and Abhimanyu, on the virtue of coming first, all he needs is to tie within the three games. And if he has won the first game, all he needs is just half a point more. So let's hope that Yogesh makes a comeback, or who knows?
Oh, there is a resign.
Okay, so Yogesh resigns and Abhimanyu draws the first split.
I request players to unmute.
Yeah.
Let's have players on board. Oh, that was a tough, intense match. We don't want to disturb you guys. I know.
No, but a great game, great opening choice. Abhimanyu, Benko Gambit, and I see Yogesh did not take the pawn, which was okay. I think the game was really interesting. Two bishops against one extra pawn for Yogesh, but the unfortunate blunder, and then it was too easy for Abhimanyu later on to convert. So, yeah, I think Abhimanyu is already leading 1 point, and also on the virtue of coming first. All he needs now is half a point in the remaining two games. Right. So, Yogesh, reminder for you that you now need to win both the games. Otherwise, yeah, Abhimanyu will be declared the champion. So, Srinivas, can we start the next match, or do you want to try to enable the chat?
Yeah, let's give a 2 minutes break for the players.
Okay.
So currently,
I will be back in 2 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
take your time, and we'll be in touch. Mute myself. Okay. So we are on the second round, and let me try to get the game of Yogesh. So okay, so here we have the second game. Oh, the players are starting their game. So firstly, King Pawn is going front. This is E4.
Yeah, it's the Karakun opening.
Karakun, this is Gahan's favorite opening once upon a time, right, Gahan?
No,
How many
no,
matches
not
you
fi-
have won in this opening?
no. I think you mistook for French. So I used to play French, but this is Karakun. Honestly speaking, I'm not a great fan of Karakun. But it's a very solid opening. But as a player from White, I also don't. I mean, I actually don't like to play Karakun. I also don't like to face Karakun. But it's an interesting choice for sure. It's a very solid opening. And, yeah, it's usually not easy to get an advantage out of the opening for White. There are a lot of lines which actually just goes on to become a draw with accurate play. But again, this is at the top, right? In our level, it's a great opening choice by both. So interesting game already. And as a reminder for the viewers, Abhimanyu has won the first match. He also came first during the league stage. So that means that all he needs is now just half a point or a draw in the remaining two games, and then he becomes the champion, right? So now the focus is on Yogesh to create an upset, right? He basically needs to win this match as well as the next match. Let's see if Yogesh will be able to do that.
Gahan, do you think
I
this
think
this will be a slow game, or it will go? It will be like going to the bottleneck, or
Yeah, I think at least so far, opening phase, again, I feel Black has equalized easily. So I'm sure Yogesh will not give up so easily, right? And I think even in the first match, it was actually becoming a very interesting match. But all of a sudden, there was just one unfortunate blunder, which made Yogesh lose his queen, right? If not for that blunder, I'm sure that game would have also gone down the wire. So let's see. I think this game so far it's equal. What I don't like for White is the pawn on d4. It's called an isolated queen's pawn. Why is it called isolated queen's pawn? If you don't have a pawn next to each other, right? So, for example, here pawn on d4. Srini, if you can highlight the pawn on d4. No. Just highlight the pawn on d4. So the pawn on d4, if you see, it doesn't have a pawn next to each other, right? So what does that mean? It means that the pawn is isolated, and it is a queen pawn, so that's why it's called isolated queen pawn. Now, the isolated queen pawn is something that is not good in endgame, because if you do not have a pawn supporting another pawn, what happens is you will be forced to use your pieces to be defensive. So, for example, you need to put the bishop on e3, you need to put the queen on d1. So all this means that your pieces will be defending while your opponent will be attacking, right? So for example, with the bishop on g7, with the queen on d8, so it's preferred that you don't have an isolated pawn in the end game.
Oh, we have.
But in middle game, it's probably not a bad idea to have an isolated pawn, because again it helps the bishops to open. For example, in this position, if you don't have a pawn on e3, so that means the c1 bishop is opened, and you don't have a pawn on c3, that means the c file is open for your rook, right? So
Gahan, Dhaval is messaging. Dhaval is interested. He told hi for Gahan, hi Srini. You have any words
hello.
for Gahan? Sorry, you have any words for Dhaval?
No, nothing much. Welcome to the stream, and I'm looking forward to giving some insights of the game like this. But obviously, because the game is moving away quite fast, it's difficult to stick on to a particular position.
Dhaval, could I ask you a question? To which player you are supporting, black or white? Please write in the chat. And I request all players to write your comments in the chat so we all can support our players and get some insight from the game. We have FIDE Master Gahan on board. If you have any chess related questions, you can ask to Gahan. He will do the deep analysis, and he will give the best result or the best move possible in the board.
Yeah, so maybe now after move 17, right? Right now you say it's almost already an end game. This is where I feel that the pawn on d4 is weak, right? Because it doesn't have a pawn supporting it, like the black pawn on d5. If you compare the black pawn on d5, the d5 pawn is protected by another pawn on e6. So you don't have to use your heavy or your strong pieces to defend a pawn. Whereas for white, white needs to use his queen, the rook to protect it. So I think black is slightly better here. However, with accurate play, I think white is also doing just fine.
But this
One
play,
thing that black needs to be careful, yeah, is his king, and I see Abhimanyu going for the kill. And this is a very interesting option. So white is actually trying to checkmate. I really don't like the move pawn takes pawn. Now the king is becoming weaker. I think what black should have played is bishop to d3, getting his bishop towards the king side to protect the king. Right now, black do not have any piece protecting the king. So it's actually very risky for black. However, let's see. He has two extra pawns, so white needs to show something for the material that he has sacrificed. And not to forget, he's also losing the d4 pawn. So I think black is taking a risk, but it's paying off so far.
but if you see the king's, castle is completely open. Like white king is open.
White king is also open. Yes, black king is also open. But if you see the black pieces are all on the queen side. I don't like the move king g8 again because white can just repeat, right? And as a reminder, if white draws, white wins the game, wins the match because all it needs is half a point. Also, what I don't like about king g8 is I think rook e5 and the game is over almost.
Gahan, viewers are quite impressed with your commentary. From 10, there are 16 viewers watching the game and with your live commentary.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the game is getting over.
Sorry, the viewers are asking, does this h and g pawn, can it turn to a queen?
No, it's unfortunately, I think king g8 was a very big blunder. Now after rook e5, black will lose now because black doesn't have time to push his pawns, right? What will happen instead is that the rook will come towards the g5 and checkmate the king.
Is there a checkmate in one move, Gahan?
Yes, but black has a very interesting move, the only move, that is bishop d3. Let's see if Yogesh finds it.
Bishop
So black
d3.
needs his pieces to come to king's rescue.
But what about f6? And opening
f6 is also an option, but the queen can just take the pawn. Instead, I think bishop d3 is the move to go because then the bishop can go to g6, right? So there should be a piece protecting the king. Not an easy move to find because the queen is on the queen side. The bishop is on the queen side. He needs to find a way to get it towards the king side, which yes, bishop d3. I think if not bishop d3, f6 is the second best move, most likely. But yeah, I would say bishop d3 is the only move. But it's all on Yogesh now. Oh, and he finds it. Great.
Gahan,
Yogesh actually finds the only move.
Arun gave you a compliment saying that you can be a streamer clearly. He is seeing next Sagar Shah in you.
Thank you, Arun. Yeah, during COVID time, I tried it a couple of times. It is fun. Yeah, but I've never tried it seriously. So, but I've also done commentary a couple of times through my friend's YouTube for a couple of tournaments. It was a good experience. Yes, so maybe I should try it more. Thanks for the compliment.
In a move.
Yeah, there is queen h8, but again, black has a good defensive move, queen into d4. And again, that's the only move. The h7 square is controlled by the bishop. The h8 square is controlled by the queen if black takes queen takes.
Wow, he found it.
Yes. Queen d4. Okay, so this is again now becoming a very interesting position. It looks like black is going to get checkmated, but that's the power of pieces, right? You need your pieces to defend the king. And now with the queen and bishop coming to the king's rescue, I think black might just be doing okay. And if white is not able to checkmate black, he is a couple of pawns down, right? So it's not going to be easy for Abhimanyu. And it's great to see Yogesh really fighting back. He has to win both the games. and it looks like this game he's really trying his best.
Hi Manjunath, how are you? Did you had lunch after the intense league match? Manjunath, please reply in the comments. What special lunch? What was the special for lunch?
Rook d1. I like to move rook d1. I think now again it's black who has to worry how he has to defend.
What is the defending move, Gahan?
So the threat now is white is threatening to take rook takes bishop. If black takes the rook, then queen h8 becomes a checkmate. So again, this is a very good technique. So black were using the bishop and the queen to defend his king. So what you do, you try to eliminate the defender, right? So white gets his rook to d1. He's trying to eliminate the defender, that is the bishop, and deflect the queen, right? So now the queen has to take the rook, and then queen h8 becomes a checkmate. So the idea itself is not queen h7 check. The idea is to take the bishop, distract the queen or deflect the queen, and then you can play queen h8 check. Now I'm just looking into what possible defense black has, and it's not easy.
Yeah, let's keep it.
Maybe black has a very interesting move g3. Oh, but then white has rook g5. Okay, black has another problem here to solve. Not only white is threatening rook takes bishop, white is also threatening to play rook g5 because the bishop on d3 is pinned. So if not for the rook on d1, black was counting on bishop to defend the king by going to g6, bishop g6. But now because the bishop is pinned, black cannot play bishop g6, right? So rook g5 is again going to be a very strong threat because if black plays bishop g6, like if the bishop goes back to g6 protecting the king, then black will just lose his queen on d4. I think it's a bit difficult to follow all the analysis. Maybe I should have shared screen so that I can show in arrows. Maybe there is some delay with me explaining and Srinivas showing the arrows, but I hope at least some of you were able to follow my analysis. And looking into the position now, I'm afraid that Yogesh might actually lose. What other defensive move does he have? F5, maybe F6. Yeah, sorry, actually F6 may be interesting, but then queen h8 check comes. Oh, he plays F6. I was about to suggest, but I think it is. Yeah, it is an interesting move because rook h7 is.
Rook h7, then king will come to kg6.
Yeah, it's very complicated. I mean, this game is really worth of a final game, right? So one thing is very interesting. Rook h7, bishop can also take the rook, but the problem is then black's queen is hanging. So black will be forced to play king g6, which seems to be okay. I mean, white can play rook h6 check, king g5. But I think the problem here for black is he needs to win. Even a draw is match over for him. And I think there is a way for white here to force a draw. I'm not sure if Abhimanyu will go for it because I'm sure that he would be thinking he's close to winning here, right? So he might actually try to win. But I think rook h7 is the way to go. I don't see any other move.
But Abhimanyu has only 2 minutes to figure all this out.
Yeah. And he plays rook h7.
And only move. Now king is coming
king
out
g6. Yeah, that was also an only move.
Oh, Abhimanyu is looking for a draw.
Yeah, if king f7, white can always repeat. I think now it's on Yogesh to be more brave and put his king even further with king g5 or king f5. The risk being he can even get checkmated, but I think that's the only way for him to go if he wants to still stay in the match. Maybe I think he can play king f5. King f5, rook h5, king e4. It's too scary for me. I don't have computer with me to give a exact verdict. I'm sure computer will say there is something very concrete, either white wins or etc. But On a human perspective, this looks to be at least a draw for white, if not winning. I would bet on white actually winning this.
But you know, on the other side, all black pieces are coming towards a black white king.
Yes, but the problem now is I'll play rook h5.
Rook h5.
You have to play king f4 and then queen h6 check. You are forced to play king f3. Oh, actually, yeah, king f3 is very interesting. And black plays king f3.
And
Wow.
that's a check.
And now white doesn't have a check. And now black has a counter threat of queen takes pawn.
The amazing part is king was in the 8th row and king came all the way to the 3rd row.
Oh, you know what? I think there is rook takes d3. Like, can Abhimanyu find it?
No,
No, he
Abhimanyu
didn't,
found that
and he
well enough.
blundered.
And there's a check. And
Oh,
is it a
what a
it's
game!
checkmate?
What a game!
Oh,
What a game! What a game! What a game!
Oh,
This is great, 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 great game.
Abhimanyu missed a simple,
I don't think it was very simple. Definitely a very complicated.
very
game, but
complicated game. A deserving final game. Yeah, we have Abhimanyu coming back. We have Yogesh. It was a quite
Good
an
game.
intense game.
it was a crazy game. Crazy game.
Craziest game.
I don't know if there was any checkmate on it.
Yeah, I think there should be. Even we did not have the engine with us, but let me check. Oh, I think, yeah, 1 second. At the end, when you played rook e1, I think you could have taken rook into bishop. That was the move that I was looking for.
Yeah, or maybe rook h6.
Yeah,
Rook
yeah, it was
h3.
actually winning. Yeah, no, rook d3 is winning. It's actually checkmate in 10 moves. Rook takes bishop, queen I'm not sure, Shani, if you can show it real quick.
But
We don't want to waste
players. Yeah,
lot of
let's-
time.
Maybe
And-
after the game we can go through the game.
Okay,
Yeah,
And,
perhaps.
somehow I was
perhaps,
expecting
yes.
that actually.
but to
yeah.
give a quick highlight of the game, I feel the best move was bishop d3. The defense from
Yeah.
the left side of the board, the bishop coming to the to protect
Yeah,
on the right
exactly.
side of the board. That was the best
Yeah.
defense found by Yogesh. Bishop d3 and queen d4. Both the moves were excellent in this game. Best defensive
Yeah.
and the only defensive option. Okay, like, do you guys need a break? Maybe
No,
one, or
Let's finish it up.
Oh, and our viewer, and to
Let-
tell you guys, we have 15 viewers watching the match, and all of them are rooting for the best game. So yeah, so in the finals, Yogesh will be playing white, and Abhimanyu will be playing black, and yeah, they are going to start their last game of the tournament, and this is the deserving final. Yeah, let's go for it. And Yogesh, please turn on the camera, and yeah, please mute yourself.
Good luck, guys. All right. I hope the players have gone mute. Yeah, it was a really crazy game second round. I think a lot of best moves played from both the players. And now we have the final of the finals. Whoever wins wins the tournament. And again, as a reminder, if Abhimanyu draws this game, he's still a winner because he was the one who finished first in the league matches.
Oh, we have
Okay,
Sicilian
what do
on
we
board.
have? We have a Sicilian here. Let me follow it on chess.com.
We have Sicilian, and Sicilian was one of my favorite opening with black because it's quite standard opening and the game goes really deep. So there is not much there are tactics in the opening, but yeah, it's one of the safest opening for black.
I'm not so sure again, Srini, if I can say if it's the safest. If it's one of the best for sure. But Sicilian is a very aggressive opening, right? So I wouldn't say it as the safest, but definitely, yeah, one of the best openings out there for black. And if you want to try and win, yeah, Sicilian is the opening that you need to learn.
And Abhimanyu is really strong in black. And he won the first match in black, but he lost in white, which was a winning game actually. And now we are in the third game, where Abhimanyu is black. Viewers, please vote. Is there a possibility to put a poll in the chat? Let me try. Do we have a poll option? There should be. Timestamps. Okay, we don't have a poll option. Viewers, please vote. Who will win the third match? Is it Abhimanyu or Yogesh? Give some energy in the chat and let's guess who will be the winner of EU Level Cup organized by Kannada, Poland Kannadigaru on behalf of Kannada Rajyotsava. Whoa. Gahan is deeply analyzing the game.
Yeah, I'm just looking for, I think White has just planted a piece. I was about to say that White needs to be careful here. This is a very famous typical tactic where Queen goes to A5, gives a double attack, a check, and the bishop on B5. And now White has just lost the piece, and I'm afraid Black is clearly favorite now to win this game. If you see Black has 4 pieces against White's 3 pieces, this is a tactic that you need to learn, right? So maybe solving more tactics on Chess or on chess.com, I'm sure you would see this pattern very regularly. This is one of the most common tactical patterns. Queen A5 check and queen into knight or queen into bishop.
And you know, while taking the piece, Abhimanyu immediately took a sip of coffee. That's
I
the
think
level of confidence and yep.
Yeah, again, in 2000 plus level, winning a piece that early in the game is usually enough to win the match. But yeah, it being a final match, the pressure can do some funny things. So yeah, let's still hope that there's some more twist that's going to come in this match, right? But yeah, on a given normal day, I would expect Black to win 9 out of 10 times or even 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah, Bhagyansh is voting for Abhimanyu. Yeah, Abhimanyu is a piece up, so now it's a bit easier for audience to guess. But you never know, Yogesh is giving a good attack. Hi Bhagyansh, how are you? How was the tournament for you? Please write in the chat your feeling about the tournament. How was your game? Please write in the chat.
White is trying to be aggressive. I think his only choice, although not
going all out.
The best move. Yeah, exactly. White is going all out here, right? I'm sure the moves H4, F3 wouldn't have been played in normal situation, but here White has to do something. If he just plays normal moves, then Black will slowly convert his extra piece into an easy win. So now White is just going all out aggressive mode, hoping that Black makes some mistakes and White can probably deliver a checkmate.
And Black is trying to exchange all the pieces.
Yeah, that's what your strategy should be. If you're ahead in material, exchange the pieces. You can think of a fighting logic, right? If there are 10 people fighting with 9, the team with 9 people can still fight, right? But if you exchange pieces, and if you're left with 2 people fighting with 1, it becomes much easier to win, right? So on a similar logic, when you're ahead in material and chess, always look for exchanging pieces because then it becomes much easier to win. There will be less chances for your opponent to create a counter attack. And as you can see here in the game, White is just going all out. Right? He's just pushing all his pawns. I think he wants to open up the position and attack. I think it's not a bad strategy. It's really a good strategy. That's the only way. But again, I do count on Abhimanyu to defend it and make his extra piece count and win the match.
Currently black has a double attack on knight. At the same time, white is also supporting 2 times. Is there a way to attack this knight once again?
Maybe with g5, but that's a bad move. Black should not move his pawns here, right? So one thing to also note here is that the purpose of castling is to keep your king safe, right? And if you move all your pawns that is defending the king or that is covering the king, then you lose the entire purpose of castling, right? So that's why black should not play g5 because that opens the f5. Now you might ask, why did white push the pawns, right? So again, as I was saying, because white is a piece down, if he plays normally, I think black will just convert his advantage. So that is why white is going all out. It's like in a football, right? The goalkeeper doesn't come to score a goal, but if it's last few minutes and if the team is trailing, you do see sometimes the goalkeeper or the defenders also going for hitting the goal. I think that is what the situation right now is for white, that he needs even his defenders to go and attack. Otherwise, the game is over.
Gahan, Bhagyans is telling the tournament was great. Getting interesting matches to watch. Abhimanyu and Yogesh are on fire.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that comment.
Whoa.
And you see here, black exchanging pieces. I'm afraid the chances are getting thinner and thinner for Yogesh here to make a comeback.
Gautam is telling, great going, guys. Gahan, your brother Gautam MG is, I think he just woke up and he's messaging in the stream. Hi Gautam, did you had your morning coffee? Please write in the chat.
Okay, so what's happening now? Yeah, I think black is maintaining his extra piece advantage. White is trying hard. He tried to create some counter chances, but unfortunately, black found a way to exchange the queens. So that means it further weakens white's chances to counter attack. But you never know. I mean,
Gahan, if you observed Yogesh in the previous game and in this game, in both the games, he is so daring that always he pushes the pawn, which is in front of the king.
Yeah, I think it's also to do with something like being on the defensive side, right? Because he had to take a risk. He had to win the match. Maybe if he was leading, he wouldn't have pushed the pawns like this. Right? So I think it also depends on the match situation.
There is one more exchange.
Yeah. Although now white has some interesting options. If he can double his rook on the h file, then black's king is suddenly weak. It's not easy, but I think that's potentially an idea that white can look into.
But if you look in the position, if black did not had an extra piece, which position was good? It's white or black?
I would say white now.
White.
If white had an extra piece.
Akhil is messaging who won. So Akhil, to give you a background, this is best of 3 tournament. First match was won by Abhimanyu, second match was won by Yogesh, and this is the third match, the last finale. Support for Yogesh. Yeah, we all are rooting for Yogesh because he is a brave person and he is still fighting even if he's a piece down.
Yeah, I think white is trying to double his rooks on the h file. His only idea there now to checkmate the black king.
We have 17 viewers watching the stream. That is quite a good number. I don't think even IPL had this number of viewers, but our stream is having more viewers than IPL. That's really good. Oh, there are the full fans of Yogesh there are 3 new viewers supporting Yogesh. Yogesh must win. Yes, support for Yogesh. Yogesh should take advantage of open file double rooks. There.
Yeah, I think that's what Yogesh will do now. Rook h5 and then get the other rook as well. Actually, yeah, now Abhimanyu has to be a bit careful. He's still winning, but he should be a little careful. He has to avoid the threat of doubling the rooks and rook h8 checkmate. I think one easy way of doing is just to push f6. So if white plays rook h5, okay, white did not go for that. But had white gone for rook h5, I think black could have just played f6, and that gives black king an escape route via the rook f7.
Yeah.
Via the king f7.
Yeah, now black king is trying to escape slowly.
Yeah, so f6 was a good move.
As you all viewers, the king is the slowest piece in the chessboard. If this king wants to come from g8 to b, then it has to do like 5 moves. So yeah, Abhimanyu is slowly planning to move his king from the left side of the board to the right side of the board.
I think what Yogesh should also probably try and do is try to put pressure on the time. The time difference is not a lot, it's about a minute. But if for whatever reason Abhimanyu gets down below a minute, then he might find it very difficult to win the match, right? So
the black king is blocked going towards, but it always can come here and whoa. But still, it is a tough match.
Now we see the players playing fast, right? So I think they sense that it's the time is getting lower and lower. So they don't want to get into the last minute time scrambles. So they're trying to play fast.
Oh, there's a rook exchange on board. And there are 2 pawns. And yeah. And
now white has to stop knight f2, and he does stop with king g2. So now the only idea for white would be to push his d pawn and get a passed pawn, but unfortunately, I don't think that pawn is strong enough. Black can easily block that pawn, right? So something like knight d6 and that d5 pawn goes nowhere, right? It is fully blocked. I really like how Abhimanyu is actually playing this without giving any chances to his opponent. There was like 1 or 2 moments where white could have got some counterplay, but black played brilliantly and avoided the counterplay then and there itself. So yeah, I still count Abhimanyu to win this. But let's see. Maybe the crowd's favorite Yogesh finds a way to win. Okay, 1 more piece gets exchanged. So as the pieces get exchanged, easier and easier it becomes for black to win.
But Gahan, I was not thinking the game will come so close, because Yogesh is fighting so hard and he's fighting till last. That is the best part of the final. And finally now black is trying to attack white after so long defense.
Yeah, I don't see a way here how black will
viewers
lose.
Are telling Yogesh missed a fork, it seems. Did Yogesh miss a fork?
I'm not so sure on that. I can check.
Dhaval is closely watching the match. That's good analysis, Dhaval. We will definitely check this part after the match. I can feel for you. आयुष यादव, फेस ऑफिस में क्या है? ऑफिस में सभी काम है आयुष यादव जी, बहुत बहुत काम है सभी के लिए. And this, the black rook is fighting lonely in the board.
You mean white rook? Yeah. No, I think it's almost over. Maybe, I don't know if white has some stalemate tricks. Actually, rook d4 check is an interesting move. If bishop takes the rook, then it's a stalemate. Maybe one last try, right? For Yogesh. A very interesting tactics. So even rook d2 was an interesting choice. If black takes the rook, it's a stalemate. Although don't forget, even the stalemate is actually a win for Abhimanyu because he has won the match. But it's good to see Abhimanyu actually not settling down for a draw. He's winning, so he needs to win the match. There's no reason for Abhimanyu to take a draw here. But it also is good to see that Yogesh is still fighting, even with his last one rook left on the board. He's still not resigning or not letting go. I think that is what is needed in this kind of situation at our level. That don't give up. Right? Neither in chess nor in life, never give up. Okay, the final piece is also exchanged, and now finally Yogesh resigns, which can be understood because there's no way for Yogesh to come back. Even if it's a draw, he loses the match. Okay, I think we have our players coming back from mute and to the Zoom. Great game, Abhimanyu. Congratulations for winning the tournament and the match. It was kind of a deja vu at the end. I mean, the final match, a simple blunder in the opening, but it was really nice to see that Yogesh was still fighting till the end, trying to push the pawns, trying to attack on the king's side, as well as the last minute or the last final stalemate trick. Right? I think Yogesh gave it all, but Abhimanyu, you were, I think, flawless after winning the piece. I was also telling in the stream that okay, there are some situations where you had to be careful, but you were pretty much careful and did not give any chance to Yogesh to make a comeback. But no, great games, great finale. So any thoughts? Maybe we can start with Yogesh first. How did you feel the experience of playing finals?
Yeah, it was really great. A small blunder, losing my bishop, which I did not expect. But like it was really good, and looking forward for more matches.
Thank you. It was a great comeback after the loss in the first round as well. But maybe I think the tactics is an area where if you probably focus more, you'll be unstoppable. Because even in the first match, it was the queen blunder that actually decisively changed the position. Otherwise, it was a very interesting game. Right? So, well played, nevertheless. And you've also bet a lot of top players in the league matches. So, kudos to you and congrats once again, Yogesh, for finishing second.
Thank you.
And
congratulations,
Abhimanyu. Yeah. And Abhimanyu, any thoughts from your side as a champion?
I think it feels always good, when you win the tournament. But like in the finals, there were many ups and downs. Even it was funny, like in the last round when we started, I still couldn't recover from the second game. I was still in my head. I was calculating the checkmate pattern. I think it happens. So
it happens definitely. Not easy, especially if there's no gap between the matches.
Exactly,
it is difficult.
So, overall, I try to simplify the game and just try to push along the king side for the opponent.
And for Yogesh, there was a huge fan following in the chat. I think they are your friends Akhil, Ishav, Faiz, all these people are supporting you, and they are telling Abhimanyu won the match, but Yogesh won the heart.
Must be RCB fans. Okay. What do you want to do, Srini? Do you want to spend some 5-10 minutes, or do we want to end here?
Maybe some Abhimanyu. How was your matches like? You want to share any things from the first match, in the second match, or in the third match? You had any interest?
Maybe I will go to the first match. Yes, if anyone can share their screen.
Oh, but
maybe Srini, you can share the screen.
Share this. From the. Okay, let me try this.
Yeah, just go to chess.com.
Yeah. Let me share the screen. But there's a bit of trick. Oh, 1 second. I can't do that. Maybe Gahan, can you share the screen?
I can. Yeah.
Let me stop sharing the screen. Okay. Gahan will be sharing the screen.
Oh, wait. I need to allow permission, and I'm afraid it might ask me to quit and rejoin. Yeah, it's asking me to quit and rejoin.
Wait, let me try once again. Okay, I can.
Okay, maybe I can.
Okay.
I can share if that is easy for you.
Yeah, please share the screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said first game. I thought you will be saying second round. 1 second, let me open the first game. So this one, okay.
Yeah. I think there was a moment when he played f3.
Let me check. Okay, here, yeah.
I think that was a little bit a mistake.
Agreed. Yeah,
I thought rook e1 was good, maybe.
Yes. So who is white here? Yogesh is white, right?
You know, like
yeah.
What we can do is.
Yeah, go ahead, Srini.
1 second.
Oh, on the YouTube, you're not sharing my screen, right? Do one thing. What you can do is just go to the game one. Yeah, go to that game and go to move 20-second.
20-second, okay. Yeah, that is better.
Okay, so here, like Abhimanyu was saying, f3 was not that great move. Rook e1 was better. Even that is what even I was also thinking. Let's on the analysis. Right?
Yeah.
I think why f3 is not good is mainly because it weakens the king. Right, the bishop comes to d4, even further attack, and rook coming to e1 would have been a development move for the bishop or for the rook. Sorry, f3. But I think what happened here, yeah, this I did not like. What if rook e4?
I was thinking queen g3.
And now if I play f4, can I play?
f4, bishop check.
King h1. Yeah, I think this was interesting.
Rook takes rook, and yeah, then I'm winning the pawn. Yes, I mean it's
yeah,
equal.
But that's dangerous. I don't like bishop
because
d2.
I always have queen f2. Yes, queen f2.
Yeah. Queen f2 is there. This is strong. Yeah, I think this is probably a draw. White will have to go for
after f3. My queen was very active to make some patterns for the checkmate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think f3 was bad. But maybe there was something better here. Bishop e4. What was the other move? Yeah, bishop d4, king h2. Okay, let's see here. Bishop here, rook here. And king h2.
King h2, queen f2.
No, the rook.
Okay. So first take the rook, yes.
Yeah.
And again queen into e4,
yeah. Queen f2, then I think.
Yeah, and then my a pawn is coming, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think bishop f4, maybe even bishop e5 works.
Yes.
This is an interesting pawn in game because white has a connected passed pawn, but I think he's not in time to.
Yes, I got the tempo here, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think f3 was a bit.
I think the critical moment was when I played queen h4 because he didn't expect, I guess, queen h4.
Yeah. Maybe simple was just to take the knight and take the pawn on b2.
Yeah, this is what I thought first.
Right. Yeah, this was an interesting moment. But what I liked more was the second match. Maybe we can quickly go over that.
Yeah, h4, g4.
Yeah, h4, g4, but maybe even at the end. So rook h5 check, king f4, king here. Yeah, so this was the position. And now white doesn't have a lot of checks. Rook h3, the pawn is controlling. Queen f6, the black queen
This
is
is why.
controlling. But yeah, rook d3, I think this was another check that would have been.
Yeah, then queen takes queen f6.
And then
Queen takes.
But it's still not
Queen
clear.
takes d6, e6. Yeah.
Yeah, then rook d5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least this. But I think even rook e5 is better, it's saying. Yeah, because queen f4 is there. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So rook e5 was probably even better.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
meantime, viewers have any question to our winners, please feel free to write in the comment in the chat. We can ask that question to our winners. Congratulations, Abhimanyu, once again.
Thank you. Thank
And
you so
also
much.
Yogesh for giving a very tough fight for Abhimanyu. And yep. And so yeah, coming to the the most interesting part of the tournament. So yeah, as we have both the winners from Warsaw, from Poland, right? Abhimanyu, you are from Uch, as far as
Yes.
I
Yes.
know, right?
Yes.
And Yogesh, could you please turn on the camera, or I think he's taking some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would like to invite both of you to our Kannada Rajyotsava event, which will be happening on December 6th. I will forward all the invite. So both of you have the free passes for the event. So in the event, it is a cultural event where we will have some cultural performance, some interesting games. I know both of you are good with the chess, so there are chances that you can win some prizes in these sport games and some interesting games. And then there will be a very good lunch, like a dinner, where it is a veg menu, so we'll have a good dinner. And then it is a cultural state cultural food, so it will be a very good taste for the taste buds. So yeah, and I will forward the invite. Apart from that, also we will be awarding, there will be a prize distribution ceremony, so our chief guest will be awarding the prizes for the winners. And also Gahan will be helping you with the details regarding the chess.com membership. So yes.
Yeah, I see that Abhiman is already a diamond member, so I need to see if that can be extended by a month or if it's just for this month. Let's see.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise I'll get in touch. And I think you also have medals for the winners, right, Srini?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but yeah, let's stay in touch, and I'm sure that it was a good tournament, and I was personally happy also to see good players. So maybe we'll also meet in the upcoming tournaments, events, and yeah, thanks for the invite for the tournament in Woods on November, and maybe Srini, we can also plan to play there.
It's only 1.5 hours from Warsaw.
Yeah, it's not that far. Yeah. Maybe we can plan. It's a Saturday-Sunday tournament, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll let you know for sure if you're playing. And maybe for those who are in Poland, also watching, there are some tournaments. Maybe Srini, that's also a good idea. That why don't you give the tournament details on the WhatsApp groups? Any federated tournaments or any tournament that happens in Warsaw or in Poland, I think it might be a good idea because a lot of players may actually not know that there are tournaments happening.
Yeah, definitely. We have like different groups. So we have a Poland specific group. We have EU chess level groups. So yeah, we can plan together, and also on monthly basis we can have some friendly matches online, right? So if our winners of this tournament participate in this weekly or monthly tournament, other players can also have a good matches with tough players like you. So I kindly request both of you to join our casual tournaments as well. so
Okay.
other players can learn from you. So yeah, and we'll all stay in touch. And thank you viewers for supporting Abhimanyu and rooting for Yogesh. Hope they gave you a good the intense match and adrenaline rush. So yeah, we'll all stay in touch. Thank you for watching and supporting. Yeah, see you. Logging off.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.